Today, I get to sit down with Lauren Kenny, who is a graduate of Marian University and a brand new ORR Fellow. Thank you for taking time out of your day to talk with us about the ORR Fellowship.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So I first want to ask you to tell me who you are, where you're at right now, maybe what you majored in at Marian.
Yeah, so I graduated from Marian in December of 2021. I studied psychology and minored in studio arts and pastoral leadership. I'm a first year fellow. My partner company is the Indy Chamber of Commerce, and my role there, I manage a network called the Indyfluencer Network. It's basically volunteers who live in Indianapolis and the surrounding counties, and I connect them with people who are interested in moving to Indy. So just having like a creative little job, but also, that I'm really enjoying, but also having people in Indy connect with people outside of Indy. So when they move here, they already have connections in the area.
Excellent. A plug is that I did an HR huddle with Indyfluence and a couple of members of that.
Perfect.
And it's a really phenomenal organization. What is it that piqued your interest and made you want to apply to the ORR Fellowship?
Yeah, so I was kind of deciding if I want to jump into graduate school post-graduation, or if I just want to get a start on my career and then maybe apply for graduate school later. And I kind of came across the ORR Fellowship when I was interning for Heartland Film. We were reaching out to different organizations in the area to see if they would be interested in the film festival. So I stumbled over ORR and I kind of back pocketed it. And then senior year, it just seemed like the perfect thing for me to do.
Can you walk us through, since you're brand new, you just started, a little bit about what you thought maybe the most challenging part of that process was?
Yeah, for me, it was definitely finalist day. I interviewed with 4 companies, which it would doing 4 companies within a span of days definitely would have still been a lot, but to have that all in one day was definitely a challenge. But I kind of prepared myself by, having a good breakfast, a good support system rooting me on that day, and taking breaks when I could, and also connecting with current fellows during those breaks to just, they give you pep talks and really help you calm your nerves on that day. So that was really a huge help for me on finalist day.
Excellent. And what do you feel like prompted you and made you choose the ORR Fellowship over like a traditional job search?
Yeah, so something that I was really nervous about in my job search is that I have a lot of interest. I'm interested in psychology, but also the arts. So the ORR Fellowship allowed for the partner companies to view my resume and decide basically how I fit in their company instead of me trying to apply for a job that I think fits my resume. So it was really great to know that, especially with Indy Chamber, when they looked at my resume and saw that I had that arts experience, I had the psychology experience, and they knew what position would be a good fit for me, it was really helpful in terms of finding jobs post-graduation.
How do you feel your undergraduate, Marian, prepared you for this new professional role?
Yeah, so I had an internship in the human resources office at Marian, which really helped me get into that business side of psychology. And then also the exchange helped me find another internship through Heartland Film. So that was great. And especially like going into your senior year and needing a resume and your headshot even, I definitely refer to the exchange in the beginning of the senior year to help me with the ORR Fellowship application process. And even if I hadn't done ORR, just helping me find a job and preparing me for that job search.
Excellent. And then I know you have been on your job for a month, less than a month.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of like 1 to 5, how are you feeling about the onboarding process and your transition and your excitement about the next 2 years as an ORR Fellow?
Yeah, so I have been working remote, which has kind of been a challenge for me in terms of getting used to the office and meeting new faces. So hopefully I will be jumping into the office more very soon, so that way I can start building those relationships with my coworkers. So that definitely has been a challenge for me. But the exciting part about my role is that it has never been, it's the first time that this role exists. So I'm kind of learning as my coworkers are learning and together we are building this network, which is super awesome. So there are some days where there's just a big brainstorming session, and then we kind of all have to divide and chew on what we talked about and come back later. So there are some days where I kind of feel like I don't really know what's going on, but then other days I just get to run creative wild with all of my thoughts, and we've been doing some really great work. So I'm very much looking forward to it. And in terms of OR, the OR Fellows are really awesome in reaching out and saying, hey, how are you doing on your first weeks on the job? How can we support you? Who can we get you connected to? So it's been really awesome to connect with the OR Fellows. And they also have different groups that you can join in our little chat that we have. So I've joined a group of people who are in downtown. So they'll often text and say, hey, we're getting coffee, we're doing this, come meet us wherever. And that's been really helpful in getting to know the OR Fellows. And then I've been to a formal already. We have a monthly meeting coming up. So I've definitely been, juggling both, but it hasn't been too crazy. It's definitely been a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to the next 2 years.
So you feel supported through your transition?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. And if you could give advice to students who may be watching this and might be interested in the OR Fellowship, what advice might that be?
Yeah, definitely have a resume on hand that's updated in the beginning. There are plenty of other opportunities to update and submit your resume throughout the process if you do something your senior year that you would really like to add to your resume. And then there are a couple little prompts that they'll send you, a personal statement, just little reflection pieces. I would definitely write those out on your own, but then also collaborate with the exchange or with your employer or whoever to kind of build that and really give it some flavor, because I know that's something that we really worked on, and I think that really helped push me through to the final round.
Excellent. Those are all of the questions that I have for you.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you so much for your time today, and we really appreciate your insights.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.